Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start a new series on this channel which would be dedicated to the UiPath AI Center. Now, many of you might be thinking why specifically this series, and the reason for that is absolutely simple. We have already covered what exactly is RPA, UiPath, how do you create projects, how do you build automation in plain simple RPA with Robotics Enterprise Framework. And recently we have also covered that how you can build automation with the document understanding. Now, not all the use cases can always be solved with only the plain RPA. You always has a requirement to include AI, be it the normal automation or be it the document understanding. If I talk specifically about document understanding, we need the ML extractors, we need the machine learning capabilities, right? So that is why as a developer we should be aware of something which is called UiPath AI Center, which allow us to have all of this. So that's why we are starting with something which is called UiPath AI Center. My name is Mukesh Kala. I am a 4 times UiPath most valuable professional, certified solution architect and an advanced certified developer as well. I am also a UiPath certified trainer as well. Okay, so feel free to connect me on my LinkedIn, and I have also posted a QR on the screen which is for a WhatsApp community where we have a couple of more developers where you can directly join the community. If you have any questions, any more doubts which you want to ask, you can directly post in the groups. Also, you would directly get a notification whenever there is a video uploaded on the channel, right? So happy to be part of your network. Feel free to send me a connection request. So with that, let's jump to today's topic, which is UiPath AI Center. If we talk about the agenda, this would be our agenda for today. No much of practical, it would be more kind of a theoretical concept where we are going to discuss more about why exactly we require AI in the first place. What exactly is this AI center? How does it work? What are the different type of machine learning models which are available in AI center? Where AI Center can be used, what are the pre-built models, what is out-of-box packages, and we are also going to see machine learning capabilities which are available in the UiPath AI Center. So this video is more towards the introduction of AI Center and would be for the people who have no idea on AI Center and want to get started. Okay. So in case you are coming to the channel for the first time and you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel to get the next videos in the AI Center series. Having said that, let's get started. Okay, so first thing first, what exactly do we can automate with RPA and AI, right? So if I talk specifically about RPA, we have been doing RPA for quite a long time. We are able to read the data, we are able to fill the forms, we are able to extract the data, we are able to scrape, read and write to databases with the help of activities, file, folder, email, Word, Excel, right? All of these tasks can be easily done with RPA. But now when it comes to have capabilities where we need additional tasks such as these, where I have to now understand the document, what kind of document it is, I have to detect the fraud, or maybe I have to simply summarize the text, make the predictions, detect the images. I have to translate the text or the data from one language to another language. I need to have chatbot capabilities. I need to fill forms where it is semi-structured data or the data is unstructured and I want to read the data. So now to do all of these things, RPA enough is not capable, right? We need additional power to the robots, and that additional power is the AI power. So in simple words, if I have to automate processes where I need additional capabilities where RPA alone is not able to do the task, I can always include the AI in it. A simple example for that is if I talk about the document understanding. If the document was a plain structured, semi-structured, I was able to extract the data. But now let's say we got data where the type of the document is not fixed. Sometime you get a receipt, sometime you get an invoice. Even for the receipts and the invoices, there are different varieties where your predefined RPA models are not able to work. So I need to put something which is called a AI skill. The second example could be I am getting the documents which are in a different language, maybe in Chinese, in Japanese, and I want to extract that information, and now I want to feed it into a system which is a English based system. So I would need to convert the data from one language to another language, right? I have to make some prediction, I have to summarize a long text, I have to do some process mining kind of thing, right? So all of these tasks where I need additional hands, that's where we need AI with RPA, and that is what we mean that automate more with RPA and AI, right? So I hope you get this picture. This is a plain example which is available in the UiPath, I think, Academy as well. So this simply means that anything which RPA is not able to do, RPA and AI can do it better. Okay. Now, where does this AI center come in picture? Okay, we understand that, okay, we have RPA robots which can do the task, we deploy them, we run it from orchestrator and everything. Okay, now what exactly first is this AI center and why does it come in picture? So first of all, UiPath AI Center is an application. Same like you have an orchestrator as an application, you have an AI center which is an application which allow you to deploy, manage and improve the ML models. When I say ML, I simply mean machine learning models. The best part about the AI center is it is by default tightly integrated to your UiPath Studio. So as a UiPath developer, all you need to do is you need to deploy your ML skills in a place. Which place? That place is the AI center. You will simply go put your AI and the ML skill in that place, and your UiPath Studio would be able to get the data for which is deployed in the AI center. So first of all, AI center is an application which allows you to deploy, manage and improve the ML models. Now if I have to talk about the key features, what exactly is this AI center is providing? The first thing is automate with AI. So by incorporating AI and ML into your automation, you can tackle a whole lot of use cases, as some of them we have already explained. Now AI have all these features which are available just like a drag and drop. So you do not need to be an expert in the AI solution. You do not need to be a data scientist to use all of these models. All you have to simply do is use the existing AI center, deploy your models and directly use it as a developer like you use any other activity. So for you it's just like adding another activity, but as a developer you need to know that how do I manage, deploy all of this with the AI center, right? So that's the first feature. The second feature is it has the model flexibility. So for example, by default UiPath is providing you a lot of models which we are going to talk in a little bit in the same video. However, not all the models are capable of solving all the use cases. You might be with a client or a customer where you want to build your own models, or maybe you are in a company where you already have a model. So AI center also allows you to have a flexibility where you can bring your own models. You do not have to necessarily rely on the models which UiPath has provided. In case that works for you, well and good. If that does not work for you, UiPath also provide you a flexibility, or in other words, AI center also provides you a flexibility to bring your own model, right? Now the third thing, if I have to manage this AI models, right, same like I manage the automations, I have process, I have jobs, I have logs, I have triggers, right? I always go to orchestrator and I'm always able to manage all the automations. Same like if I have to now manage this AI and the ML models, where exactly I will go? Right? I cannot go to orchestrator, I cannot go to studio. I need a place where I can deploy, consume, monitor, improve all of these things, and that place is AI center. The fourth one is easy integration, which means that in case you are a developer who don't have knowledge of AI ML, you can easily integrate it by just using drag and drop, which you will see in the upcoming videos, right? The last thing, visibility and the retraining. Now when you are working with the AI and the ML models, as a developer you need to know that how the model is performing, what are the user actions, how much data is running, do I need to retrain it, do I need to include a human, right? So all of that complete thing is managed by this single guy, which is called the AI Center, right? So in simple words, AI Center is an application which allows you to deploy, manage, improve ML models. It can do all of the things which are related to the AI. So that is what is a AI Center. Now let's talk about how does this AI Center actually work. Okay, so first of all, you have to choose a model. So when I say model, it is simply a machine learning model. Now this model can be a UiPath based model, or you can bring your own model, which I just discussed, right? Now you deploy this model on the AI Center, which is our application. Now this is our UiPath AI Center where you deploy, manage, improve and consume, right? So this AI Center is something which we are going to use, right? So you had a model, you deploy it on the UiPath AI Center, right? Now as a developer, you guys are already using the UiPath Studio where you have an automation where you go and you write your code. Now if I have to use any AI capabilities into my UiPath automation, I just simply use the activity which is highlighted, which is called the ML skill. Now this ML skill is nothing but whatever you have deployed in the AI Center. So that's how this complete thing work, right? You have a model, you deploy it to AI Center, you have your existing automation, you just drag and drop the ML skill, and that ML skill would be directly coming from our application, which is called the AI Center, right? Now there might be some areas, right, where the whatever we have done, whatever we have, since it is an AI which is kind of a trainable thing, right, we would always require something to manage the exception. So in case there are some exceptions which are coming, we always have an option to include the humans to validate the exceptions, right? Concept of action center, in case the expected result is not correct, or in case the confidence is not correct, I can always include the humans. Now what the human will do, the human will simply provide the human inputs, and based on the human inputs, whatever the user has corrected, whatever the user have deleted, edited, modified, the same is going back to improve the model of the AI Center. The idea is when the same scenario comes again, you do not require the human, right? So that's how this complete thing works at a very high level. You choose a model, you deploy, you drag and drop it here, and you just consume it like any other activity. And in case of exception, you always has an option to include the human, right? So this is how the AI Center works. Okay, I hope this thing is clear. Now when I talk about the ML models, right, bring your models, what models are available? So first of all, you need to know that how many different kind of models AI Center can have, right? So till this point we decided and we discussed that yes, AI Center can have models, but how many different type of models we can have? And these are the options. The first one is bring your own models, which is the model built by your data science team. In case you are a part of organization who is already into AI and you have your pre-built models, you can bring your own models to the AI Center. The second option is open source model. Open source model simply means the model which are built by the data scientist community and are available for everybody to use. Customer will be able to manage them in the AI Center, train, deploy directly in the RPA workflows, right? So any model which is open source, which is available on the community, you can always use that model as well. The third one is pick a model, which means the model built by the UiPath technology partners. So UiPath has got some technology partners and they have also built some of the models, so you have an option to use those models as well. And lastly is the out of box model, which are the pre-built models which are supported by UiPath, right? So UiPath has also given us some pre-built models which you just can directly utilize into your automation without much of editing, without much of retraining, right? So if I talk at a high level that what are the different types of machine learning models we can have, we can bring your own models, we can use the open source, we can pick a model, and lastly we can also use the default one which is provided by UiPath. Okay. Now, so till this point we understand what is AI Center. We understand that we can have the machine learning models and all of that, right? But now if I specifically talk about the AI, right? Same like UiPath automations, you can have the cloud, you can have the on-prem, right? On-prem simply means that everything is sitting in your company environment, which is the on-premises, and cloud means that you are using the cloud services. Similarly, once I have done with the development of the AI projects, once I am done with the using of this ML projects, where you are going to deploy it, right? Are you going to deploy it on the cloud? Are you going to deploy it on the on-prem? Where exactly you want to deploy? So that is where, before you start the AI center journey, you need to understand the different ways of deploying the AI center, that where exactly can AI center be deployed, and that is what I am going to cover next, right? What are the various ways to deploy the AI center? And the first way is in the cloud, right, as part of the UiPath platform. So UiPath has something which is called UiPath Automation Cloud. In this setup, the UiPath AI Center is available as a service hosted on the UiPath Automation Cloud. Now in this model, UiPath as a company will manage all the infrastructure, machine learning models, and is fully responsible for making sure that everything is working as expected, right? So this feature is called UiPath Automation Cloud, where UiPath AI Center is coming as directly as a service to you. You just have to use the service, and all the responsibility is taken care by UiPath. Now if I talk about the features, you can deploy, manage, improve ML models on the automation cloud. It requires no infrastructure and maintenance from your end, right? You have an uptime guarantee directly from the UiPath for the enterprise version. Frequent patches are released with new features and bug fixes, right? So you don't have to worry about all of this. Document understanding metering is done in the UiPath cloud. And lastly, because it is on cloud, you require the internet access, right? So this is the first way that you would see that how the AI center is being deployed. So when you work for a client or a customer, the first question you will get is, where do I deploy it? Or if it is already deployed, you should know that what are the other ways, right? So this is one way where you deploy the AI center in the cloud, which is a part of the UiPath Automation Cloud. Okay. The second way is in the automation suite. Okay, so don't get confused with the automation cloud and the automation suite. This is the second way where it is part of the automation suite in the UiPath platform. Now what is an automation suite? The automation suite enables you to install all your server side products in a single deployment. So automation suite is a different product which enable you to deploy the full automation UiPath cloud platform in the environment of your choice, right? In case you are already in your own environment, it can be cloud or it can be on-prem. Now I want to install this UiPath AI Center. So what I can do is I can always opt for an option which is called the UiPath Automation Suite, which will give me this full RPA platform, including bare metal machine, on-prem or the cloud subscription for any of this, and you just can opt for the UiPath Automation Suite. The other thing which you should remember here is Automation Suite contain everything in one package that you can just go and deploy. That's it. Deployment profiles and everything you have to choose, but automation suite comes as a package, right? Which as a package, in this package you would have everything related to AI center. You just take the automation suite and deploy it on your environment of your choice, right? So the first one was automation cloud, where you directly use the cloud features of UiPath and use directly the AI center as a service. The second is you ask for the automation suite and you install it directly on your environment of your choice, and AI center comes as a part of automation suite. The third way is on-premise air gapped, right? Just go with the word on-premise air gapped, right? So air gapped installation allows customers to use AI center in a disconnected environment, air gapped, which means that I have no connection to the internet. I am available on my company infrastructure. I want everything on my on-prem. It can be the customers who have a very secure data, maybe some banking clients or very big clients who do not want to share data anything on the cloud. So that's why this third option is on-prem, which means that everything is available on premises and it is air gapped. When I say air gapped, it simply means that you do not have access to the internet, right? So air gapped installations allow customers to use AI Center in a disconnected environment where no internet connection reaches to the UI paths. This means that both install time and the runtime no outbound connections are needed, and you are running fully the UiPath AI Center. Air-gapped is popular among the customers which deal with public financial services and have a highly secure environments. Now if I talk about the features, most of the features are same: deploy, manage, run the models, customer managed infrastructures. In the cloud one, the first one, right, the infrastructure was fully managed by UiPath, but since this is an on-prem air-gapped, the full infrastructure is managed by the customer. All the resources must be downloaded and loaded into the node. Document understanding metering is done in the orchestrator, and lastly, no internet access is required, because this is the third option of on-prem air-gapped. If you compare it to this one where it says internet access is required and document understanding meter is done in the UiPath cloud, right? Because it is a cloud base, it's the UiPath automation clouds, so that's why the metering of the document understanding is done in the UiPath cloud. But here when you come to the on-prem air-gapped, you don't have access to the cloud, so how would you meter the document understanding? That would be done in the orchestrator, and here you don't require the internet, right? So we discussed three things: cloud, it can be as an automation suite, it can be on-prem air-gapped, and then you have the next one which is called the on-prem online. I hope you understand. On-prem air-gapped, no access to internet. On-prem online, where you have now access to the internet. So AI Center is deployed to the customer infrastructure. Everything sits on the customer local environment on their private cloud. On their private cloud. See, this is important: on their private cloud. Customer take control over hosting and the machine models. Now if I talk about the features, deploy, manage and all that, customer managed infrastructure, fully integrated with the on-prem orchestrator, release patches with a much slower cadence, easy installation due to automatic retrieval of the installer and associate artifacts from the internet, right? You have access to the internet, but you also have access to the private cloud, right? Easy management, updates to the AI Center can be automatically downloaded, and since it is on cloud, so document understanding is done, metering is done on the UiPath cloud, right? So a slight difference between on-prem air-gapped and on-prem online. Okay, now the fifth one and the last one is the hybrid mode. If I have to deploy the AI Center, I can always go for something which is called the AI Center hybrid mode. Now in this way, AI Center is available as a service hosted in the UiPath automation cloud, as I discussed on the first one. However, the user don't need to move their existing on-prem installation to the orchestrator. So it is a hybrid mode where you say that the cloud is the AI Center plus the orchestrator is on-prem, right? So in case you are a customer who is already on the on-prem, you can always use this cloud version of AI Center and you basically go into the hybrid mode of deployment. If I talk about the features, the robots can be connected to the on-prem orchestrator. The robots can use the ML skill. Calling of the ML skill is done using the ML services. It allows the customer to have all the advantage of AI Centers on the cloud. Frequent patches, bug fixes, all of that would be released, and internet access is required because you are using the cloud services. And here also, since this is cloud, the document understanding metering would be done by the UiPath cloud. And here again you require no installation and management of the AI Center because you are using the cloud features, right? So these are the different ways where an organization or company can have or can deploy the AI Center. Let's have a quick recap. It can be automation cloud, automation suite, on-prem air-gapped, it can be on-prem online, or it can simply be hybrid, right? So I hope you guys understood all of this, right? And I hope you guys are following along this tutorial. If that is the case, just comment down maybe deployment, right? So you can just say understood the deployment models, right? So that I would understand that yes, you guys are able to follow along this tutorial. Okay. Let's move forward and let's talk about where AI Center can be used, right? So we talk about what is AI Center, what exactly it can do, and how it can be deployed. But if I talk about the use cases where AI Center can be used, right? So AI Center can be used where there is uncertainty, where there is high variability, or you have the unstructured data, right? So you can have data like articles, images, emails, which is highly unstructured. You have a high variability of data. There is too much variability and the automation is not rule based. One example is resume matching, right? All the people have a different CV, right? Mukesh has a different CV, you have a different CV, your friend have a different CV, everybody have a different CV. Now if there is a job posting and we have to match the requirement to read the data from the resume, we need a AI model which can understand. So resume matching is something which we all can relate. Language translation, inventory forecast, loan defaults, property valuation. So wherever the data is uncertainty, high variability and the unstructured, we are going to use the AI Center, right? One example is the invoice processing, which we have already seen in the DU, and I discussed that where exactly the AI Center would be used, right? We can also use the AI Center to build chatbots to answer the question based on our company database. We can have AI Center to the transaction to flag suspicious activities. So for example, I am a banking system and I want to look for some of the suspicious activity and I want to choose that which account can be fraud, right? So I am a bank, on daily basis I am receiving 1000 credit card application, and now I want a system to know that which could be a potential fraud, right? So all of these things can be easily done with the AI Center. Predicting when the machinery in the factory might require maintenance, predictions, right? So all of these are some of the use cases. So this is where AI Center can be used, right? While I was explaining the AI Center, I told you about some of the pre-built models which are available. Now, when I use the UiPath AI Center, there are some of the pre-built models which are just created by looking at the business needs, right? So for example, if I have to talk about the UiPath document understanding, the AI Center has the built-in models which can take care of the invoices, ID cards, contract, purchase orders, utility bills, remittance, classifiers, delivery notes, passport, W9 form, and generic document understanding. So these are all the pre-built models, which means that I just can directly utilize them without much of the training, without bringing my own model. And these are created by UiPath by looking at the business needs, right? Now these are for the document understanding. If I talk about the image and the language analysis, you have the text classification, NER, you have the semantic, you have the multi-label, you have the image classification, and you have the multilingual text classification. So as of now, these are the models, but this keeps on changing. UiPath keeps on updating these models. And I also talk about some of the open source model which are provided by the data science community. So these are the open source model: text classification, language detection, question answering, image moderation, object detection, language translation, sentiment analysis, right? Example, sentiment analysis, I got a feedback and I want to know whether this is a positive or a negative feedback, right? So all of these are the models which are available in UiPath, and gradually in this series we are going to see how we can utilize them. Okay, the last thing which I want to cover in this video is some of the use cases which you guys can relate, that why do I need AI Center, and that would be giving you much more idea, right? What I want you guys to do is, after I cover this, I want you to just think, right? Just put some thought that what other use cases could be there where you think that RPA and AI can work together and give you much more robust automations, right? So some of the use cases I'm explaining, the expectation from you would be that you just think, give it a thought, that what other use cases could be there where I can use RPA plus UiPath. Okay, so I'm going to start with something which is called the document understanding. If I have the invoice processing, where are the invoices, contracts, and the forms are in different areas, different formats, right? I can use the AI plus this when I have to do the language analysis, sentiment analysis. The customer has given me a lot of reviews. I want to know which review is positive, which review is negative. I want to create chatbots. I want to have the translation services where I want to translate the text, right? I can use it for the image recognition where I have a lot of product images and I want to know which product is defective, right? Or I have a lot of people, lot of vehicles, and I want to identify which vehicle is what. Example of image recognition. Data classification and categorization. You have a email box where you have a lot of emails which are coming. Now you want to route the correct email to the correct person. That's also an example of data classification and categorization. Predictive analysis. I am maintaining an inventory and I want to know that when my inventory is going to finish or when I would need the new set of data. So I can use something which is called predictive analysis. Resume matching and recruitment, right? Screen the resume to match the job requirement. If I talk about healthcare, we can detect abnormalities in x-rays, MRI, drug discovery. Financial services, right? Banking, credit risk assessment, evaluate the loan application, fraud detection. If I talk about retail, what are the some of the personalized products which I can show it to the customer, right? So the customer comes to my website, I just show him that, hey, you might be interested in buying this laptop. Price optimization, adjust the price based on the trends. And lastly, for human resources, onboarding, automating the document processing, performance appraisal, all of these things are the use cases where RPA and AI can work together, and that is why I need AI Center, right? So with that, I would be wrapping this video here, and I want you guys to just give it a thought that why exactly we need AI Center and what are the use cases which comes to your mind for the RPA and the AI, right? So with that, I would like to wrap this video here. Any more questions, any more doubts, feel free to write me in the comments, or you can also drop me an email as well. I will highly appreciate your feedback on this video, and if there is anything else you want me to cover, just feel free to let me know in the comments as well, right? So wrapping this video here, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel, and happy automation.